A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Chris Gore here for another edition of Star Wars Transmissions at Celebration 6 in Orlando, Florida. We have just witnessed the world premiere of Kyle Newman's Smuggler's Gambit, and he got a standing ovation. Great job.
I was shocked. I just wanted to do something fun at Celebration, go do a fun story and get all these great actors together because they're all down here, and I'm a massive Clone Wars fan, so we mined the cast of Clone Wars.
Because this work is really good.
Dave Filoni basically, thanks for casting it, Dave.
We're gonna do this thing? We're doing it. What do you say, folks? Woo! Yeah!
And it was amazing. My understanding is that was just a cold read. It sounded like the way you guys were talking over each other that you totally rehearsed the whole thing.
That was the first time that all these people were together doing it, and I gave them the scripts. We went on at 6, and I gave them the scripts at 5:30, and they'd heard, what the story was and had like an earlier incarnation. But that was, these guys.
Forgive me, but I was not expecting competition.
What's interesting is a lot of people were talking about it after, and we all said, boy, it was great watching that because it became so alive.
Captain Solo, what's wrong? You heard me start the ship! We're gonna fry you, Solo!
I mean, the voice acting was incredible. It was like watching the further adventures in the Star Wars universe.
You won't even let me talk. Cool your engines.
Fine. Talk.
Nope, I got nothing.
And we had Dave Collins as Han Solo, who's kind of the lead of the whole thing.
Still feels weird being one of the good guys, don't you?
Show us Solo and the Wookiee, Kurota, or this deal gets cut short.
I cast Daniel as an adult Boba Fett. In the Clone Wars, he plays young Boba Fett. Matt is obviously Anakin Skywalker, and how fun to keep it in the family as Luke.
No, I don't need to use the Force to know that you guys will always do the right thing.
And Ashley is very entrenched in Ahsoka. So I thought maybe we'll give her something in the original trilogy era. She plays a smuggler bounty hunter.
And I'm very pleased to meet you, Captain Solo.
And Clare Grant plays Princess Leia.
I sure didn't ask for this mission, by the way.
Oh, you didn't? I recall you practically begging me to do it in another one of your vain attempts to impress me.
We had Tom, he was an Imperial lieutenant, and Matt Wood we had as Bib Fortuna, and Sam Witwer was also a part of it.
Shut up, Ryder.
And Dee Bradley Baker.
I just remembered that time you and the Wookiees threw me off that moving cargo speeder.
Now, Kyle, can you tell us a little bit about the story for Smuggler's Gambit?
Smuggler's Gambit takes place a few weeks after A New Hope. The rebels have just blown up the Death Star. Han jumped in, but now, like he always does, he speaks first and then has to deal with the consequences of his actions. And now he's like, what, I'm a rebel? So now he's on these official missions and he's in all these real positions, and there's an obligation with that and responsibility, and he's not really ready for it. So he decides with Chewbacca, we're gonna take off and go back to what we do best, which is worry about ourselves, and that backfires.
We're back, Your Highness.
Another botched mission, Captain. At the rate you and your pal are going, we're going to be floating around out here forever.
And it brings in Boba Fett, Shizor, Bib Fortuna, some of the EU, but also keep it very original trilogy and Han Solo with that George Lucas flair.
I know. Still feels weird being one of the good guys, huh, Chewie? Yeah, I don't know how we got in charge either. But someone has to find a place for the rebels to hide.
That was what I love, was just being a fan. I sat back in the audience and I watched them do it. I was like, well, the ship has sailed. I'm gonna just be a fan here. And I loved watching you guys bring that to life because it was better than I imagined, so.
Trust me. No one will ever find us there.
Now, are we going to see more of this? Or, I mean, excuse me, hear more of this?
Well, who's down for more? I would love to do prequel versions, or at least somebody should take these talented people and make the Star Wars prequels in the old Brian Daley NPR format and create that great synergy between their Clone Wars voices and the prequel movies.
Wow.
So maybe Celebration 7, Buenos Aires,
Where is it?
We're discussing, is it Easter Island or Fiji?
It's totally gonna be Mars.
You guys were all amazing. It was fantastic. I want to thank you all for coming by the studio here and talking with our audience here at StarWars.com, where you can see more videos. You can also go to YouTube.com/Star Wars. I'm Chris Gore from Celebration 6. May the Force be with you.